think our forecast is interesting, the mountains of North Carolina, from south to north, they could see anywhere from 2 inches to 2 feet of snow. Obviously, a lot more than what we're going to see. I promise you we're not going to see 2 feet. Let's review on this Friday evening where we are in the forecast, what we feel good about and what we feel confident in. And that is, first of all, that Sunday is going to be one of the most miserable weather days we've had in recent memory. Not only are we going to have all this precipitation with several different kinds, it's going to be heavy, it's going to be cold, and it's going to be really windy. The timing still holding from a start late Saturday night, moving in from the south, and then lasting through Sunday and Monday. And this area of low pressure that's bringing us all this moisture, it's bringing a lot of it. In fact, if we did not have the frozen precipitation concerns, we would talk more about the heavy rain coming on Sunday. So there's a lot of moisture with it, and like we just said, the mountains could see over a foot. The triad definitely over 6 inches. So let's talk about what we don't know, what there's still a lot of uncertainty. And frankly, I hate to have to tell you this Friday night, 24 hours before this all starts, but there's still a lot we're not sure of. In fact, the exact placement of that rain-snow line, this happens to us so many times. Where is it going to be? Where is it going to set up? And then when is it going to start to move north? And then when is it going to come back south on Monday? That's going to impact our snow totals and who gets more rain and who gets more snow. And therefore, there's still a big margin of error in the map I'm about to show you. We also know that there will be some cancellations Sunday and Monday. We just don't know who yet, so stay tuned for that. There is the system, and I mentioned the heavy rain. I mean, they have severe weather issues. They have flooding issues in southeast Texas and Louisiana. And while we don't have severe weather, as in lightning and tornadoes and things like that, we have all this moisture that'll start to arrive late tomorrow night. But most of the day tomorrow is just cold, dry, and cloudy. Yes, there is a small chance in the afternoon down in the Sandhills of some rain. Travel should be fine, but it's as we get into very late tomorrow night that we'll start to see the storm start to move in from the south. But look at these temperatures. I mean, 32 early in the morning, 40 at lunch, a high of only 43 degrees. I mean, today we may have made it to around 50. That's the warmest temperature I have until the end of next week. So it's going to get cold and stay that way for a while. So let's walk you through the next 48 hours of what we expect to happen. I'm going to start it just after lunchtime tomorrow. And I've taken the clouds away. It's going to be cloudy, I promise you that. But this will let us focus on the precipitation more than the clouds. So here's that little bit of rain I'm talking about early in the afternoon down in the Sandhills. But watch what happens. It kind of backs off. So still, most of the day is dry, even through dinner time. And then as we get into late Saturday night, that's when that first batch of moisture moves in. And it'll start as rain. But then, as the atmosphere cools in the overnight hours and early Sunday, we start to see more of it turn to snow. There's that rain-snow line. Watch it as not only the moisture spreads north, the heavy snow and the heavy rain, but the rain-snow line is right on top of us here in the triangle at noon on Sunday. It slides a little bit more to the north in this particular forecast, but still plenty of heavy, cold rain. That rain-snow mix, maybe a farther north. But this is one of those situations where until it actually happens, until we are 6 o'clock on Sunday night looking at the live radar, we don't know if it's going to be there or here or somewhere in between. And with heavy precipitation, that's drastically going to change the amounts we get. So late Sunday night into the overnight hours, early Monday, the system starts to pull out and that rain-snow line starts to come back down. So some of us getting a lot of heavy rain, some of us switching back over to a mix into some snow before the system finally starts to pull out of here late Monday night. So by the time it's all said and done, based on what we know now, here is our forecast. Still looking at it, mainly cold rain down to the south. That 1 to 3 inches of snow really through the heart of central North Carolina, but very quickly that could jump up to 3 to 6 inches of snow. And then just to our west could be 6 to 10. But remember, this whole thing could shift based on what happens with that rain-snow line. So we'll check in on this again tomorrow. And here's our problem, because a ½ inch of water in the atmosphere is a ½ inch of rain, but it's 2 inches of sleet, 5 inches of wet snow, 8 inches of fluffy snow, and we're going to be going back and forth in between all of these. That's why there's so much uncertainty with the forecast. One thing I am worried about, hasn't got a lot of headlines, is the possibility of some ice. Small amounts that probably aren't going to bring down a lot of trees, but remember, the trees still have leaves on them, and the winds are going to be gusting up up to 30 miles per hour. The combination of all of this could result in some power outages. And then just for me and you walking outside, our wind chills are not going to get out of the 20s on Sunday. And that's why I said it is going to be one of the more miserable days we've had in a while. So we have tomorrow to continue to prepare for the storm. Sunday, I think, is going to be an inside day based on just how miserable it's going to be and how hazardous travel could be. Same thing on Monday. Both are winter weather alert days. And then we dry out Tuesday and Wednesday, but we do not warm up. And then rain, it is rain, back into the forecast Thursday and Friday. So it's cold, and it's going to stay that way for quite some time.
We'll take that rain, I think.